I'm Meritavita with KNOXX Video, and today we're here with Josh the Punk Thomson. Josh, how are you doing?
Good. Just got my hair did by Nana, you know. So, hey, it's a hard job. Someone's got to do it, though. It's a constant struggle to keep looking this good.
All right, so you're going to be fighting Pat Healy on the Strikeforce Fedor versus Werdum card on June 26th. And a lot of your fans may not be too familiar with Pat Healy, or they might feel like he is an easy opponent for you. But they may not know that he's actually an MMA veteran, and he's fought Paul Daly, Dan Hardy, and Carlos Condit. So what are your thoughts on Pat?
He's a tough guy, and anyone that's seen like Carlos Condit and Dan Hardy and Paul Daly all fight, I mean, you know, he's beaten those guys, and those guys right now are the top of the food chain in the welterweight division, which is a weight class above us in the UFC. So, you know, everyone knows the two biggest promotions right now in the world are the UFC and Strikeforce. And so the fact that those guys right now are at the top of the food chain in the welterweight division there in the UFC, it says a lot about Pat Healy. Now he's dropping down a weight to fight me, so we're here to I got to make sure I solidify this deal and show that I'm the better lightweight. If I go in there thinking what the fans are thinking, I'm going to come out with a loss, you know, and I can't afford to do that.
So with you going into this fight as the favorite and then coming off the loss against Gilbert Melendez, losing the title there, do you feel like this is more pressure on you during this fight?
No, not at all. Actually, the fight with Gilbert, I look past it. It's done. It's over. I need to focus on this fight, focus on Pat Healy, and just focus on me getting the win. It's going to be a tough fight, and I can guarantee it's going to be a tough fight. Everyone says, oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to a war. I'm not looking forward to a war at all. Those guys are crazy. I want to try and get in. You know, if I can knock him out, that's great. If I can submit him, that's great. If I have to go the distance, I'm ready to do that. So I just want to get it over with. I want to fight. I've been in fight shape and ready to fight for the last week and a half now, and so really it just feels like now this last week is fine-tuning and really just kind of kicking time, you know, just waiting for the fight to come.
Now, what is your prediction on the Fedor versus Werdum fight?
I'm going to go with the first-round knockout by Fedor. Werdum doesn't have what it takes to take him down. He does have the submission savviness, but, I mean, the sambo that Fedor has, and he moves just as well as Werdum on the ground. I don't really see the fight playing out any differently. So since 6 months ago was your last fight, how has the training been going during these 6 months? You know, I came off I had some injuries last year, but I was all healthy for the fight when I fought Gil. But then after that fight, obviously I was pretty banged up. So, you know, I had some hand problems. I had some other problems too, like in the knee area and stuff like that. So I tweaked my body a lot in that fight. And it, you know, not to mention probably some head problems. So it was a good fight though. We had a great time, and but now I'm all healthy. It took me about 2 months to get over dealing with some hand problems. Now that it's all ready to go and ready to fight, and just like I said, I'm just killing time right now, just thinking about the fight.
Okay. So you corner and you also train the UFC fighter Anthony Rumble Johnson, and he's actually in the welterweight division. And some people have been comments about him cutting weight. What are your thoughts on that?
He's a young kid still, and I think he needs to enjoy the time that he can right now to make the weight. As long as he can make the weight, I said this before, and I've said it 100 times, that at 170, I think he's going to be the future of the sport. At 185, he's just another fighter. Those guys they're all just as big as him. They're all just as strong as him, and majority of them have a lot more experience than him. So, and not to say that the guys in the welterweight division don't, but one thing Anthony's got is he's got the speed, the talent, and the wrestling in the background. You know, he's got a long ways to go on working on the ground area, but you're gonna have a really hard time getting him there with his athleticism and his wrestling background. So, and he's got something that is always the last to go, and that's called power. And with his fast twitch muscles and his power, I think he's going to be he is the future of the welterweight division. But like I said, if he can't keep his weight under control at a young age now, he's going to be fighting at 185, and then that just makes him just another fighter.
Now your friend Cung is going to be having a rematch against Scott Smith. What are your predictions on that fight?
You know, Kung's just got to do what he did last time, except, you know, he's in better shape now. We've seen it. He's in better shape. He's got to just continue to do what he did last time. He's got to focus more on them when he does hurt him to put him away, to pick and choose his shots better on the ground instead of just punching recklessly, and, you know, and just doing the things he needs to do. Nothing's going to really change the style of how he fought him from the last time to this time. He destroyed him the first time. You know, I mean, gassed himself out trying to put away for the fans, put him away for himself, and it cost him the fight. So I don't really see a big difference in how the fight's going to play out this time, except with the ending. That's about it. I see possibly Scott getting KO'd, but you know, like I said, it's a fight. Anything can happen. But obviously, I'm rooting for Cung.